Hi, this is Alan with On Controls, and today I wanted to go ahead and go over our new wizard with you. So we're going to go ahead and get started here. So the first thing we're going to do is we'll go in our upper left-hand corner, click on File, then click New Handset, and this will bring up our wizard. Now the first thing we're going to do is we're going to select what platform we're going to be using. Are we going to be using an Apple iOS device or some type of Android device? We'll go ahead and select Apple, click Next, and then it's going to want to know what type of handset are we actually going to be using. We'll go ahead and click the drop down menu and you'll see all the different choices there. Now there's one that you will not see here, and that is the iPad mini. Don't worry, if you have an iPad mini it will work with On Controls. It is the same resolution as the regular iPad, the 1024 by 768. So go ahead and select that if you have an iPad mini and it'll work fine. So go ahead and select iPad, click Next, and now it's going to want to know what activities we will actually be doing with this particular remote. Now you'll notice when this comes up, a couple of these have already been selected because I've created multiple remotes with this particular license. This comes in handy if you're creating multiple handsets for the same household. So if you make iPads for mom and dad, but the kids have iPhones or iPods or something like that, after you've gone through and made the initial remote for the iPad, you can go back and on that second screen, instead of selecting iPad, you would select, if it's an iPhone or an iPod, go ahead and select that, and then it will remember all of your settings from that point forward, so you can go ahead and click Next, 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 and it'll just pump out another remote for that particular handset. So back to this remote, we'll go ahead and select our activities, and we'll select cable, Blu-ray, and Apple TV. And then we'll click Next. And now it's going to want to know what are the actual devices that we're going to be controlling. What type of devices exactly. And once again, you'll notice these are already populated because I have made other remotes with this license. So we're going to go ahead and remove some of these so you can see how we do this. I'm going to leave the Apple TV with the Apple Media Manager. And then we'll go ahead and assign our TV. And we will scroll down. We're going to be using a Samsung TV for this. So I'm going to scroll down and select Samsung TV All Models and assign that. And our cable box, another way you can search is just to type it in here. And then over here, you can actually decide what type of codes you're looking for just to narrow down the search some more. We're looking for IR, IP, RS-232. For ours, we're going to be looking for IR, so we'll go ahead and filter. And there is our cable box. And same with Blu-ray. We have a Sony Blu-ray player. So we'll do Sony, IR codes. And select that. And go ahead and assign. And we also have a Sony receiver. And there is our receiver. We'll go ahead and assign that. And then we'll go ahead and click Next. Now it wants to know what device will be controlling the volume. Our Sony receiver, the STR, is what we'll be using to control our volume. And then it wants to know what's going to switch the source. We will also select our receiver for that. Go ahead and click Next. And now it's going to want to know what inputs will these devices be plugged into. So our cable, we'll go ahead and stick with input video 1. Blu-ray will be in input video 2. And Apple TV, we'll go ahead and put in input video 3. And then click Next. And then this is another really nice feature of the wizard. It gives you the summary of this particular handset. So you can tell what type of handset here, what the activities are with the associated inputs, and then at the bottom what the actual devices are for this particular remote. So you could print this out if you wanted to give it to an installer. Somebody's going to go out and actually wire up the house. Go ahead and give them a copy of this and be like, look, this is exactly how I programmed. Just make sure you plug all this stuff in this way, and it really can cut back on any errors that may occur. Or you could just print out a copy to keep with the client's records just so you have a copy of it for future reference. Now, one thing, this is the only chance you will have to print out this report, so make sure if you want to print it out that you do it at this time. So we're going to go ahead and we'll click Finish. and we'll let it go ahead and generate the remote. It'll take a couple minutes here, or a couple seconds actually. So we'll let it go ahead and do that. And then I will show you a couple things that you're going to want to tweak as soon as the remote is generated. It should take just a couple seconds. Now once this thing is generated, you still have the capability to customize this thing as you see fit. If you want to make custom macros, add custom backgrounds, favorites, buttons, anything like that, you can still do all of that stuff. This is just giving you the initial remote, which is fully functional. But like I said, you can still go in and change anything if you wanted. So one of the first things you're going to want to do is go to the home, and you'll notice that all of your activity buttons are all bunched up here in the corner. You're going to have to go through and place them however you desire, really. So I'm going to go ahead and move these. We'll click on the button. I'm going to go ahead and use the up and down, right and left arrows. I'll go ahead and move this and center it a little bit more. Same thing with the movie button. Now you can drag and drop these if you like. I happen to like the buttons. I think it's a little more precise. And we'll bring this one out. But if you wanted to, you could absolutely just drag and drop it. Move that over just a little bit more. So once that's done, that's all set up. You can go in, click on any one of your activities, and if you drag over any of the buttons, you'll notice that they are already programmed for that particular device. So we're going to go ahead and save this. And now we'll go ahead and sync our iPad. So let me go ahead and turn on mirror so you can see what I'm doing. Now you can see our iPad. We'll go to the OnControls app. We will sync the pad, so it'll take any changes that we just made, and we'll select the newest iPad, which would be the one on the bottom. Go in, bring in our newest remote. Now this is new. Sync completed successfully. It appears you have some unassigned devices. Would you like to configure them now? Yes. I'm going to go ahead and set up our gateways. So these are all the devices with this particular one. And like I said, there's other remotes. Usually you wouldn't have nearly this many devices. But we'll go ahead and select our Samsung TV. And then we have to set up our gateway. So tap to configure. We have an IR box. It went through and it already auto-detected that IR box on our network. So we'll go ahead and select that. Our TV will be on channel selection 1. Save that. Our Sony Blu-ray will be on input 2. And our cable box we will go ahead and put on input 3. And we will go ahead and save that. And we have set up our gateways for that particular IR box. Now we'll go ahead to panels, click on home, and as you can see, our remote is fully functioning. So thank you very much. That's our new wizard. If you do have any questions, please feel free to contact us, and we will be more than happy to help you out in any way. Thank you very much. Have a great day.